Welcome to the round of 16 with Adam Holdiniecki, Anders Warholm, Carter Thomas, Delshawn Sidhu, Eddie Artsy, Edwin Shen, Eric Kasparek, Jaden Lin, Magnus Lench, Marcel Politowicz, Mikhail Cerny, Niklas Olsen Eliasson, Reed W. Richardson, Samuel Ackland Hanna, Victor Glyskov, and Zaid Chowdhury. Hello everyone, welcome to Quack Cup Season 3. My name is Carter Williams, and I am joined today by Victor and Marcel for a round of 16 match. And turn down the volume for the intro. Oh, sorry. Okay, so without further ado, yeah, I think we have no reason to delay, so let's get started. So Marcel, wait, is Marcel, I think Marcel has to be the better seed, so wait, is that true? I think
must be.
Yeah, Marcel's the better seed, so Marcel, we have to go with heads or tails.
I'd go with heads.
Heads. Okay. So it's gonna be tails. So Victor, would you like to go first or second?
I'll go second.
Okay, so Victor's gonna go second, Marcel's gonna go first. Good luck to the both of you. I'll generate a new scramble. Okay, good luck. Alright, welcome. It's a Tuesday, but it is still any day of the week is appropriate for Clock Cup, especially on this afternoon for the Americas and the prime nighttime for the so I'm gonna rearrange this. This is actually Victor. His username changed, so there we go. Name and picture doesn't match. Yeah, it's not set alphabetically on yeah, but Marcel is the favorite to win this match. It's about 64% chance according to the poll, but it's a 590 for Marcel, so Victor is gonna probably safety to solve. Okay, so Victor grabs the point, maybe a little bit closer than it should have been, but it's gonna be 1-0 to Victor. So Victor is gonna keep solving. Okay, let's see what the time is. It's a 4 from Victor, 4:14. That's pretty good. So Marcel is gonna have to pull something off here to match that 4:14. Victor, very recently, he got a 2-second clock solve. That's a little fun fact about him. And that could actually put him on a good track to maybe pull off an upset here. A lot of the brackets I saw from Clock Cup, they predicted Marcel to go through, but yeah, Marcel barely beating Victor there. 4-3. That's gonna be 1-1, and this could be a tight match. But Victor did get the early lead, so we'll see if Marcel can take the lead. In this point, he will have the first opportunity to present a time to Victor that he will have to beat. Okay. Sorry for my chewing noises, by the way. This is a little shaky for Marcel, a little bit uncharacteristic, but I think it's still a decent solve. That's gonna be a 448. Alright. This is a little bit less unlike the match against against Cham, where Marcel was absolutely destroying Cham. Is the backside solved? It is, and I think that's gonna beat it barely. Or no, it's not. Marcel takes that point. There's a 470 from Victor, so a little bit disappointing on Victor's side, but I don't think he averages sub 4, so wasn't necessarily guaranteed. Oh yeah, Marcel has a skibidi toilet thing in the back. I have no... Oh, it's a DNF. Or, no, it's not. It's a 407. Or a 404. But it could have been a lot more from what it looked like. I think he fumbled there a little bit. The scramble, doesn't look bad at all. It actually looks pretty good, if anything. A lot of very short moves to work with, especially with that L case, where your first move would be a -1 when you do Tommy. So, it's solved. I think that's going to beat it pretty comfortably. It's a free 49. So, free 1 to Marcel. He scored the last 3 points in a row after conceding the first one very early on. Alright, that is solved from Marcel, and that's going to be, let's look here, a free 77. So, bit of a high benchmark for Victor to beat, compared to previous results. Alright. Oop, that's gonna be a free 81. So, yeah, Victor did not look too happy after that solve, unfortunately. Alright, that's gonna be a 4, I think. 457, yeah. So far, it's been all Marcel, despite him conceding the first point in the match. Alright, that is a free 371. So you have now Marcel is getting back into the groove here. And unless Victor gets something together, I don't know if he can beat Marcel. But to be honest, I think a lot of people were predicting a Marcel win, which in that case would match up Marcel against Anders. That would be one hell of a quarterfinal. That looks, if we were to end the match here, that would be poised to happen. A bit of a slower solve from Marcel there. It's going to be a 4, or sorry, a 503. So a chance for Victor to maybe get something back on the board here. Sub 5 is the benchmark. It's a DNF from the back. So Marcel wins it with 5. That's going to be 6-1. Yeah. At this point, I don't know if there wasn't really too much hope going into the Victor camp at the start, but there might be some way to turn it around. We've seen a lot of miracles happen in Clock Cup. It's decent from Victor. That's a little more like it. That's going to be a 451 compared to that DNF that we saw earlier. But Marcel, I think, will be able to beat it, especially on this scramble. Maybe not especially. There's a bit of a challenging scramble with that L case, but the skip is maybe a little too far. I think that's going to beat it. It looked like a 382. Yep, that's going to be a 382. It's going to be 7 points for Marcel. I think Victor is smiling a little because he knows he just conceded 7 points in a row. This is different compared to the Magnus Zaid group stage match, though, where Magnus definitely had a very real chance at beating Zaid, but it was basically 13-0 up until the very end, which was when it was like, oh, that looks pretty good. I think it was a 2. Or sorry, no, it's a low 324 from Victor. I think he's accepted that he won't be beating that time, but yeah, this could very well be Marcel's 8th point unless Victor pulls up something victorious, as you could call it. Doesn't look like it. It was worth a shot, though. That's going to be your instant replay moment. So we could actually see the inspection here in this replay. See with that edge case in the back, that really helps Marcel. And it was a pretty smooth solve, maybe except for the ending. But that's usually where you can make the most room for error. You can't really make error when you're doing the back turns. So also Victor has some very weird timer starts. Legal, but not necessarily the best. It's gonna be a 6-12 for Victor. And I think at this point Victor is just having fun. Alright. Marcel with a can't read the time, but it's a 308. That looked even better than the last 324 that Marcel had, but yeah, very very good from the Marcel camp here. So it's 9-1 in Marcel's favor. Oh, I blinked, and honestly, that was a good solve as well. That was a 346. This is the form that you want to be having in Clock Cup. And this is the form that could possibly not only just send him to the quarterfinals, but would have him beat Anders in the quarterfinals. And if Niklas gets to the semifinals, it would either be, in the next match, it would be determining either if Niklas or Marcel is in the semifinal. And that, I think, is exciting on its own right. Sorry for the dropped frames here, but yeah, frame rate's a little low, but it is 10-11. So that's good. Actually, that's gonna be a free 57 from Victor. Impressive, actually, considering what just happened. So, could this be a second point for Victor? Yeah, there's a storm outside, so a lot of the frames are dropping. That's my fault. Actually, yeah, Victor, that's gonna be his second point of the match. 357. Congratulations to him. That's actually there's probably very little that could turn it around, but if there was some hope and some light at the end of the tunnel, it would be this. So. Ooh, that could have been a little smoother. But it's hard to criticize such a good solve. A free 94 for Marcel. Victor is actually looking at it, and I think he has a feeling he could possibly beat it. Sub 4 is the benchmark. He got that in his last solve. Will we get it this time? Doesn't look like it now. He shakes his head. That's going to be not not sub 394. So 11 points for Marcel, and we're back to the ways of Marcel taking the lead. All right. And Victor. Yeah, leaning back in his chair. Not a good sign. All right, let's see how Marcel does here. I think I know why our frame rate was dropping so much before. It's because I had Steam open, so. That was very solid from Marcel. I can't read the time on that. Victor's smiling though. 379. Yeah, this is the. He is now also Marcel now has a sub 4 need of free. Pretty consistent. Other than the only 5 he's gotten this match was a 503 at a 597. So very impressive from Marcel. That could actually beat it. Yeah, that does beat it. It's a... Or it doesn't. Nope, it doesn't. 394. I read it wrong. Good one. I think it's Victor, it's your turn. Victor, it's yourself.
Oh.
Yeah. So yep, Victor has not requested a halftime break, so that means we're going to continue until 15 points, which could be in 2 rounds if Victor doesn't pull off something quickly. That's going to be a 4. It'd be a little bit worse than a 4. It's a 574. Let's see how Marcel does here. Oof, checking the back. Yeah, both sides are solved. It's gonna be a 401. So 14-2 is the score right now. It could be 15-2. If something happens here. So Marcel's acting quickly on this match point. 14-2. See what happens. Oof. I think he hesitated on the drop a little bit, so that may have made his time faster. It was a 401, so Victor's benchmark here is a 4 flat or better. He had gotten a 2-second clock solve just this past weekend, but he only leaves this match with 2 points. Unless maybe he could make it free. He does not make it free. It is or does he? Nope, he does not make it free. It is 15-2. That is the final score of this match. Congratulations to the both of you, and especially congratulations to Marcel. You are advancing to the semifinal against Anders. So very challenging. Wait, I think it's against Anders. Yeah.
Anders again.
Yep. It is gonna be a rematch of that group stage match where you actually beat Anders. So I'm very excited to watch that personally. But let's talk about this match right here. How did you guys feel about it? And yeah, talk us through it.
Well, I mean, Marcel was just really consistent, and I couldn't really keep up. So I got 2 points. At least that's something. So yeah, I guess that's just it.
Yeah, Marcel.
Okay, so I wasn't solving good, but I didn't know Victor well. Before the match, I didn't know what his averages are. I only known his official average and his official single, which is very good. So I wasn't sure about the score of the match.
Yeah. So Victor, you had an early lead at the start. Technically, yeah, you got 1-0. But then Marcel went in. He got 11 points, or not 11. I think it was 10 points in a row, and something like that. And yeah, so a little bit one-sided. But I just want to talk to you from like your perspective. Coming off of that 2 single, I think you got this weekend, this weekend, right? What were your thoughts about that single first of all, and how you maybe did better officially than here, I guess?
Well, first of all, it was a really good scramble. The first scramble of the entire competition, and me and Oliver Pelham, we were there, and he unfortunately messed up on it, and I was just lucky enough to get a good single on it. It was world record potential, but I'm more than satisfied with what I got. So it was yeah, and it's gonna take me some time to beat it again, but it's doable. I'll get there.
Yeah.
Sometime.
So, question for Marcel here. So my final question for Marcel specifically. Anders versus Marcel is a very, very important match, but I don't want to overemphasize that, but I don't want to underemphasize that either. So what's your mindset going into that match? What you're doing to maybe prepare for Anders as a competitor? stuff like that. What are your thoughts about that?
I'm actually I'm a bit scared of him because last time I won, and I think now he's going to do his best in this match. But I will do. I think I'll do my best too, and I want to win. But I
Okay.
think that will be very tough. Very, very.
Yeah. You guys
Yeah.
definitely won't want to miss it. So
Oh, very
Victor,
tight.
right. Yeah. Victor, final question for the stream here. What was your favorite Clock Cup moment this season? And any last words before we log off?
Ooh, that's a good question. It's hard to remember. Um, I'd say this match just because it's the best, most clear in my memory. It was fun, and yeah, Marcel was a good opponent, so I guess that was fun. I mean, the whole season has been a lot great fun. So yeah,
Yeah, well, season has had a lot of things, but fun is one of them. So thank you guys for watching. On Sunday, March 10th, it is at I believe it is 2:30. It is going to, or sorry, maybe 3:30. I read that wrong. It is Eddie versus Niklas. You certainly won't want to miss that match. That is going to be probably the most exciting bracket stage match. The USNR holder versus the former world record holder, Niklas, of course, or the current world record holder, I should say. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you all on Sunday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern.